Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are continuing our Quranic grammar class with our Sheikh Ust Hamid. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him and bless his family for sharing his knowledge in Arabic grammar to understand Quran. So last class, Alhamdulillah, we have learned pronouns, especially attached and detached pronouns. Our Sheikh will go ahead and give us a recap what we have learned, and also he will continue today's session. So we'll go ahead and let our Sheikh start the class. Please go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Today, inshallah, we'll review what we have done last class, where we stopped maybe looking at the pronouns, which is Damir Muttasila, which is attached pronouns, and Damir Munfasila, which is detached pronouns. These are all attached pronouns. We've done the detached pronouns before that. The detached pronouns looks like this, where the detached means the pronouns can stay independently. Like he, it stays in the hua is an independent word. It has independent meaning, and it can be. It doesn't have. It's not attached to a word, so they remain separate. So these are called detached pronouns, and these usually act like a subject pronoun. Like hua Muslim, he is a Muslim. So like he is a subject pronoun. So these are hua, huma, hum. These are all works as a subject, and we've looked at that before. And then we looked at the attached pronoun, like hu, huma, hum, hi, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, ni, na, or ya, na. These are pronouns. These are used as a possessive pronoun or object pronoun. So it is attached to a noun to create that situation. Like example, like kita, the who pronoun, who is his, him, meaning. So if I say kita plus who, so if I write kitabun plus who, so it becomes kitabuhu, his book. This is book. This is his. So translates his book, kitabuhu, his book. Or I could have said, I could have used another attached pronoun like ka, kitabuka, your book. Or I could said anything as a noun, and then I could have added a pronoun here too. Like if I say, like kitab plural is kutub. Kutubs are called, kutubu is called books. If I want to say your books, I will say kutubuku. Kutubuka, your books. Kutubuki, buki, your books, feminine. So that's how it works. So pronoun, noun, and the pronoun gets added to the end of the noun and causes a possessive relationship with the noun. So it becomes and it could be used as an object pronoun and as a possessive pronoun. But this is how it's being added to the end of the noun. Hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna. Ka means you, kuma means you too, kum means you. It's very understandable. Ki, you, feminine. Kuma, you too. Kunna, you all. Feminine, but it's used as a object pronoun or possessive pronoun. And this is called attached pronouns. So let's look at this example we've done last time, where kitab plus his book, their book, her book, their book, kitabuha. We looked at all these scenarios. Then we looked at if it's a feminine object, feminine noun, like sunnah. It's a feminine noun because it ends with ta marbuta. Sunnah, sunnatun, sunnah means sunnah. So if you want to say my sunnah, then when it added like or his sunnah, sunnatuhu, then this ta turns into a ta. So this becomes sunnah to who. This ta marbuta turns into a ta. We don't delete that. It stays there as a small regular ta, small ta, and then regular ta, and becomes sunnatuhu. His sunnah. Sunnati, my sunnah. Sunnatuka, your sunnah. Sunnatuki, your sunnah, feminine. So now how this is how. So always remember that the ta marbuta is this should be ta marbuta, not ha. It should be ta marbuta here. It's not a ha. There should be two dot here. No, sorry, sir, not this one. I missed a mistake. That's okay. That's who. That's fine. Okay. Now today we'll look at some other usage of these subject-object pronoun, where we see the pronoun being added with the prepositions like ala. Ala means upon. So ala plus a pronoun. You have to add ala upon. Pronoun is one of those attached pronouns. We have to add that. Let's practice that. Allah and attached pronoun. Allah means upon, on. So if I say, go back to this pronouns, so it will be, let's go to the list here. Allah plus who. We say Allah who, but it will be pronounced Alaihi. Allah plus who, not Allah who, but Alaihi. There's a transformation happens because it's difficult to pronounce Alaihu. We say Alaihi. So Alaihi, his, upon him, Alaihuma, Alaihima, upon them, Alaihim, upon them, Alaihim, Ghairil Maghdubi, Alaihim, upon them, Alaihi, Alaihima, Alaihim, Alaiha, Alaihuma, Alaihunna, Alaika, Alaikuma, Alaikum, Alaiki, Alaikuma, Alaikuna, Alayya, Alayna, Alayna, upon us. So that's basically we are going through Allah can be added and added to these attached pronouns. So if we look at one of those, it's very important construct where I use when I give salam. Alaykum means, assalamu alaykum means all forms of salam. We know alif lam means all forms of salam, all forms of peace upon. Kum means, if you look at the chart, kum is masculine plural, ha. So when we write, when we say alaykum, assalamu alaykum, it means salam, peace be upon you all male. So when we say salamu alaikum, basically we are giving salutation in the format of that all the people that I'm saluting are masculine, because alaikum. So grammatically, if I have to say salam to you, you one man, if I want to give a salam to a single man, I would have said assalamu alayka, because ka is you, masculine singular. But if I have to give salam to a feminine single, at a single lady, I would say assalamu alayki. Or even in the durud, we have assalamu alayna, means salam be on us. So assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi salihin. Assalamu alayna. So, but even though there are different ways we could have said assalamu alayka, assalamu alayki, assalamu alayna, assalamu alayhu, alayhi, upon him, alayhim, assalamu alayhim, assalamu alayhunna, upon them. But we tend to use only one format, which is alaykum, masculine plural. Said one lady meets another lady, single lady, she doesn't say assalamu alayki, she says assalamu alaykum. the grammar would say, hey, why did you say assalamu alaikum? Because kum means you are addressing a group of masculine people, because kum is masculine plural. You should have said, I'm only single female. She should have said assalamu alaiki. So grammatically, assalamu alaiki is appropriate, but this is a salutation that is come from sunnah. We maintain the sunnah. We don't go by the grammar. We go by what Prophet ﷺ used to do. We do the way he did, even though he never said that, oh, if you see a single, then otherwise this salam would be very difficult for non-Arabs, that he has to know the pronoun table before giving any salutation, because I have to know what is the attached pronouns before they can give a salam, or a single man, single plural, two men, two women, more children. It would have been much difficult. Maybe Prophet ﷺ kept only one way of salutation. Say in masculine plural, even you singular man or singular female, doesn't matter. Or a bunch of male and female, say in plural. See, that way, the non-Arabs need to memorize only one term, alaikum. That solves the problem. But there are some other, explanation that comes in tafsir book sometimes, that they say, even though, let's say I'm giving salam to Dr. Abul Rashid, I could say, if I say assalamu alaikum, even I addressed him in plural, that could mean that I am giving salam to him and two of his angels to the both sides. Now they become plural. So when I say assalamu alaikum, I really not only gave salam to him only, but I also meant salam to the two angels on his both sides. So now they become three people and they look plural. So everybody is three. So nobody is singular. In that point of view, everything is plural. So that looks assalamu alaikum makes sense that way. But as I said, grammatically, you can write many ways depending on whom you are addressing. Then we see other attached pronouns we see in the Quran is heavily used, like use of ila, fi, ala, li, bi, man, min, an. These are similarly we can attach to the attached pronouns and see how it looks. Like ila plus who, ilaihi, ilaihi, ilaihima, ilaihim, ilaiha, ilaihuma, ilaihunna, ilaika, ilaikuma, ilaikum, ilaiki, ilaikuma, ilaikunna, ilayya, ilaina. Similarly, fihi, fihima, fihim, in him, in them, in her, fiha, fihima, fihinna, fika, fikuma, fikum. So in and any attached pronoun. Ala, we have done that. Similarly, be, bihi, bihima, bihimo, bihim, biha, bihima, bihinna, bika, bikuma, bikum, biki, bikuma, bikunna, bi, bina. So you can construct different things with these pronouns and make our own sentences. Here's a look at an example. Here in the Surah Fatiha, we see Iyaka na'budu, only to you we worship. So this ka, we could have said, if we were to say only to him we worship, we will say Iyahu na'budu. Only to you all we cannot write. Only to him we worship. Iyahu na'budu. Only to him we worship. So you can change the pronouns and make other meaning. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. For you, your deen. For me, my deen. Here it's lakum, for you. If I say lahu, for him. Lakum, for you, all male. Lakum. So lakum is this one. Kum, la, if he has lakum. So lahu, lahuma, lahum. Laha, lahuma, lahunna. Laka, lakuma, lakum. You all. So for you, dinukum, your deen. So dinukum, it will, if deen plus who. Dinuhu, dinuhuma, dinuhum, dinuha, dinuhuma, dinuhunna, dinuka, dinukuma, dinukum, your deen. So deen plus kum. Waliya, so it's li plus ya. So li plus li, lahu, lahuma, lahum, then it comes li or liya, then lana. Here is a little tricky. And dini is my deen, and ya is missing. We don't need to have ya here. Dini really grammatically was dini, deen plus ya, because if you go by deen plus add that to the pronoun table, it will look like this: dinuhu, dinuhuma, dinuhum, dinuha, dinuhuma, dinuhunna, dinuka, dinukuma, dinukum, dinuki, dinukuma, dinukunna, dini, dinuna, dini. The ya, there could be extra ya, but here the construct, we remove the ya by putting a kasra here that shows there was a ya here before. You should interpret that with the ya with it. So you don't say for me deen, no, for me my deen. So this translation comes as deeni, as if I wrote deeni, which is ya is abbreviated with a kasra. Kasra says there with the ya abbreviated, but you have to translate that as for me my deen, even though my is not explicitly seen here because the ya is missing. But ya is understood as abbreviated here. And that's why we have a kasra here. This kasra shows there was a ya and it was abbreviated at the last, because it is the last word, it was abbreviated. Then we'll look at, this is all about attached and detached pronouns. Especially attached pronouns are more important, more useful, because it gets attached to many things. It can attach to nouns, any kind of nouns, and it can attach to any kind of prepositions. And we can make or construct our own words based on pronoun attached to a noun, pronoun attached to a prepositions. And we've seen a couple of examples on that. Now we'll see another kind of pronoun. We call it demonstrative pronoun, or in Arabic we call ismul ishara. Ismul ishara is called that shows the pointer pronouns that point something. So in a pointer can be a near pointer, qarib, or pointer can be far pointer, ba'id. What that pointer means in English, like terms like this. This means something I'm pointing, something very close to me. This. Or I'm pointing something far away. That. I'm not doing far. These are all this. Only I'm looking at only qarib pointer, near pointers. So this. So in English, we only have two kind of pointers: this or these. This singular thing or these singular thing. All are in close proximity. Something is near to me. I said this book, these books. But in Arabic, it's more sensitive. You have to say this only to a masculine object. You can say this. So this, if you don't know the noun that you're pointing to, if the noun is a masculine object, then you use this. If the noun is a feminine object, then we use hazihi. English is this. So in English, we don't know the gender of the noun. It doesn't matter. But in Arabic, we know what it is pointing. So this girl, this boy, English is fine. But I would say this in masculine boy, this in feminine girl. I have to point. So that way, if you write an expression in Arabic, this thing, so by the writing you this, I would know, the reader will know, is it a masculine? Is it a feminine? How precise it is. We don't have to say in bracket, this thingy, bracket, a feminine object. We don't have to write that in bracket because it's in Arabic, it's a different word. So that way Arabic becomes very distinct in explaining what it meant. Even not only this, it has also dual pointer. There are two books nearby, then use hazani or hazaini. So but these in English is these, but these with the two. But if you don't write two in bracket, it's hard to distinguish. Am I pointing something to or more objects? So so this duality is also there in duality in our numbers. We saw that. Also, we see duality in pointers. So these are these two objects, these more than two objects. These. So there are these people. When I write people, people has to be more than two or three or more to use haulai in Arabic. So when he says haulai annas, then there were more than three people sitting there. Otherwise, they will not use haulai. If there's one people sitting there, there will be haza, one man. Two men, hazani. More than two men, haulai. And if it's masculine, hazihi, hatani, hataini, haulai. So haulai are same whether it's a masculine or plural. So these, it's difficult to distinguish the gender when it is in plural form because they have the same spelling, same word. So we have to understand this by looking at the sentence construct to see whether these were feminine or these were masculine. But singular wise, we can always see that it is distinctly different word to identify whether it's a masculine or feminine. Look at example, like if I say haza kitabun, this is a book. So haza, so kitab, obviously look, it's masculine gender. That's why we could point that with haza. Or haza zaid, this is zaid. Oh, zaid has to be a masculine name. Then haza zaid we can write. Hazihi madrasatun, this is a school. School ta marbuta makes it feminine. So school is a feminine object. So you cannot write haza madrasa. You write hazihi madrasatun because of the nature of the noun, it is feminine. So you have to write that in feminine. This is a school. So in English we don't see this is a school, but school was masculine. Or hazihi Fatima, this is Fatima. But again, this is Fatima, this is Zayed. If you don't know if you don't know whether Fatima and Zayed is like this English speaking people, they will not know whether Zayed is a masculine name or a Fatima is a masculine. They will not know because names are foreign to them. But if the names are foreign to them, but they know at least Arabic language, here it's no, I don't know whether Zayed is masculine or feminine, but by looking at the pointer, the name that is, because there could be some non-Arabs sitting here, they put the name here, and the Arabs will know by looking at Haza, this name, oh, that looks as Haza before that, that means this is a boy he's looking, or man he's looking at, pointing to. Or this name is very strange looking name, but the pointer is Hazihi, Ha. So we are pointing to a feminine name. So that's very intelligent, this language construct to identify the gender of a name, even if you didn't know anything about the language, because this had a different pointers for gender-based pointers. So you know by this the clue how the gender of the noun. Haulai Muslimun. If you want to say these are Muslims, Haulai Muslimun, these are Muslims. Sometimes we write this is advanced topic. We'll not go there. Haulai Humul Muslimun. We'll not go to this topic. That will be a little extra advanced. We come to that later on, and also we'll come discuss that in a later stage. So 418, we can go one more stuff quickly. Next is Al-Asmaul Ishara Ba'id, far pointers. Far pointer means something called that. This was near pointer, that was far pointer, looking at something far, that. Like same thing like the near pointer, that is also masculine, also feminine in Arabic. But English has same thing, that same thing. But if you want to point far object, we have to say zalika. If you want to point to a feminine object, we say tilka, tilka, zalika, tilka, zalika. And let's forget about this. Plural is ulaika, ulaika, those. So those in masculine and feminine have the same spelling. So in plural, we will not be able to distinguish them, but certainly we can distinguish them in singular form or even in dual form, zanika, tanika. That it is pointing at far pointer, demonstrative pointer, that is point to something masculine or point to something feminine. So even try to write a simple sentence, that is a book. I must know the gender of the book before I can write that is a book. So it's a little bit heavyweight for beginner Arabic to even write a sentence, because you need to know writing a simple sentence, that is a book. Do you know the book is masculine or feminine? If you do not know, then you cannot write it. You'll be confused. What should I write, Zalika or Tilka? So these are, as I said, these will come from experience. and we'll see how it goes. But it's a hard part for all non-Arabic speakers to because master those gender part, and we have seen the signs of feminine genders, and if you know the feminines, the rest are all masculine. So the definition was feminine was whatever is not feminine. Masculine is whatever is not feminine. What is feminine? There were some signs we discussed. If the word is formation is like that, it is like that. Body part that is pairs, something generic name, biological names. We look at that. We have to master that list of feminine objects, and then rest all will be masculine objects. So these are the things, nuances we have to go through in understanding this language. So with that, I conclude. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
Alhamdulillah, that is a very beautiful presentation on continuing pronouns. I have a question. Alhamdulillah, would like to visit. If I can share,
Sure.
please. So we've been visiting salam word quite a few times. Alhamdulillah, we are learning a lot with that word. And while I think you give me permission to share, I would
Yes.
like to mention that sometimes we hear the word in Arabic, but if we do not know the distinct difference, there might be some, confusion on the non-Arabs to know exactly what is the meaning of what salam we're talking about. So as we are all familiar with the salam, and let me see if I can share it. We, yeah, I would like to.
Did you share it?
Yeah, I think I did. Can you stop sharing? I think you're still sharing.
Oh, maybe I need to stop share. Okay. Okay.
So okay. Yeah. So right now, I think yeah. So for example, assalamu alaikum. We know, this salam majority of the time,
Right.
most Muslim and non-Muslims knows it. But in Quran, for example, salam comes in many different ways. For example, Surah
Yes.
Anbiya, verse number 69, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam was rescued from the fire. Kulna ya naru kuni bardan wa salaman. So the translation is goes safety. In other words, instead of peace here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning that Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam will be secure, safe, and in his best, sanctuary in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while he is in the fire. So non-Arab, might get confused. Salam, this salam versus assalamu alaikum, the greetings we get it. Can you quickly elaborate the difference between
No,
this salam?
it's the root is saying. If you look at let me see if we can see that.
Yeah, we see the root. Is the noun conjunctive? Can
Right.
you?
It's a salam. Salamun is the same root.
Okay.
It's the same root. Because salaman, this is salamun. Basically, it is written in a way that it don't worry about the man, because that's basic root was the salamun, and it is written in the context. It has to be written salaman because it's a kind of adjective form is written, and it can be peace, it can be safety. It's a mixed bag of meaning that can come with it. To submit, it can also come to submit, same root. Muslim comes from salama, same root. But when we convert the root to some other form, then Muslim is sitting in salam.
Mm-hmm.
So is the Muslim peaceful? Meaning of, is it mean Muslim means peaceful people? Is the Muslim means safe people? Or is the Muslim means submitted people? You see, then meaning changes to as-salam, which is different. We come to that because how the verbal noun is extracted, and then meaning is then get little changed, and it could be any of the meanings can come into place. It can be safety, peace, or it could be submission. And you be in submission. Like us, Muslims are submitters. That's why Muslim. We are submitters. Again, salam is sitting there. The root word Muslim has its root salam inside it. If you look carefully, Muslim, I cannot write. Somehow it doesn't let me write. But it has Muslim has salam in root in it. Same root. Salam given, Muslim has salam. But here, Muslim doesn't mean the person, the ismul fa'il, we haven't discussed that, the doer of submission. The person who is submitting are Muslims. The submitters. Submitters to whom? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those who are submitters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have the more peaceful, will have the safety. It doesn't matter how you try to make it, but go back to the same place, go back to the same word, go back and click on Salaman in English. Not that. Click on the Salaman on the English. Yes, click on that. Now you see, go up and see the meaning changes. You will see that. Go up and you see the kind of meaning. Go up at the top of the page. Now you see that how many forms is being used. Like salam, salamun, aslamun, salamun, silmun, and you see the behavior and the meaning, how it changes. It's explained in all forms of salam in this text, in this page. Go down, then you see the meaning. You see the chart. It means to submit, to greet, to pay, to submit. So these all forms means to submit. Go down. In the verb form, it's a noun form. So noun form has could be the greetings of peace, 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 peace. In noun nouns, peace, peace, peace. It means peace, peace. Yes, safety. It's a kind of tangent meaning, but in general it means peace. Look at that. It's a tangential meaning that came up that, but it's really it means peace. Peace means he's safe. In a sense, same meaning. Somebody's in peace means somebody's in safety. But amana is the meaning of safety. Amin, safe. Those who are kind of, that's the appropriate translation. But if someone used that, that means somebody is in peace, he's in safety. Yeah. So it's a derived tertiary meaning. But if you look at, you're in the right page. To people, students should all. Verbal noun means, passive participle means, then you would know what they're talking about. So you have to go through those classes so we know these meanings of those terms. Then you can comprehend, now I see what they're trying to do. But before that, we must know at least that these meaning of those terms. Form 10, active participle. What is this? What is form 10? What is active participle? What is form 6? There's a lot of forms looks like floating around from 1 to 10. Looks like you have to study 10 forms.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I think we are almost at the end of our time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. We'll continue to strive, learning Arabic grammar to understand Quran. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.